It's recorded now. I'm so sorry, guys. Good. Oh, this is recorded now. God, I usually record it. All right, well, it's recorded now. So, backtracking. 5 things. 5 things you guys can go back and rewatch if you miss it. 5 things you should write down, okay? Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? Okay? What do I want? Okay? What do I deserve? Why do I do what I do? And where am I going? Now I'm gonna break those things down, okay? So ask yourself, who am I? Who are you at the end of the day? What are your strengths? What are your interests? You don't even know who you are. Like, you don't even know yourself. How do you expect to know other people? How do you expect to relate to other people? Does that make sense? It's so important that you know yourself, because I don't have to know you to know you. I just have to know myself at the end of the day. You really have to get real with yourself on who you are. Okay, so know yourself, know your strengths, know your interests, know the things that you like, okay, so that you can actually relate to other people at the end of the day. What do I want? What are your goals? Okay, we just talked about goals here and it was mind-blowing, all right? What do you want at the end of the day? Long-term, short-term, whatever it may be, you have to know what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, you're not really even going to you're not going to be able to figure out a plan, because you're just going to kind of be staying in one spot, okay? And I'm going to bring this back too. I said this the other day and I kind of liked it. Does everybody on here, open your mic, whatever, pretty sure everybody on here knows about the cash flow quadrant with Robert Kiyosaki, right? He talks about the 4 different quadrants, employee, self-employed, business owner, and the investor, right? And the fact of the matter is, IML allows you to transition from being an employee and a self-employed to a business owner if you would like, which everybody on this call does, and an investor, getting your money to work for you. Guys, if you do not figure out a way to get your money to work for you, you don't figure out a way to make money in your sleep, you will be working a job, you will be working in some way, shape, or form for the rest of your life. You have to ask yourself, what do I want? At the end of the day, what do you want? What do you value? Because if what you value, say for example, is freedom, yet you're going to work 9 to 5 every single day, where your boss is telling you when to pee, when to go eat lunch, when can you have your 1 to 2 year vacation, okay? 1 to 2 time year vacation. When can you go pick up your kid who's sick from school? That's not freedom, because when your values don't match or align your actions, you're going to be unhappy, okay? Because progression is basically, or success is basically a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Progression is happiness, okay? Progression to a worthy ideal is basically you progressing to a goal. Success is always a moving target. You are always growing. You are always evolving. So your goals, your vision, your aspirations are always evolving with you, okay? But if you find that you don't even have goals, or you're not evolving your goals, whatever, you need to take a step back, review your life, and see, am I even growing at all? Because if you're not growing, you're what? You're dying. Sad to say. Figure out what do you want? Which quadrant do you want to be in? If you want to, be an employee for the rest of your life, yes, you can learn how to trade. You are very vulnerable if you only have one source of income, because economic catastrophe could happen. You could lose your job, whatever. You could get in a car accident tomorrow and be out of work, whatever. You have to have multiple sources of income. So you really have to take a step back, ask yourself, what do I want at the end of the day? And ask yourself also, what do I deserve? Do you really deserve that $15 per hour, 2-week paycheck, right? $40,000 a year salary? Do you really deserve something like that? Right? You have to ask yourself, what is my self-worth? What am I valued? And I look at this and I say, my price on myself is uncapped. There's no limit at all whatsoever. The only limit that you have is the limit that you put on yourself at the end of the day. Okay, so you really have to take a step back. Life by design. How do you want to create your life? It's by you. You're the CEO of your life. You're your biggest limit. So next part of this is, why do I do what I do? What's your motivation? Do you have a why that makes you cry? Seriously, do you have a why that makes you cry? Like, what pulls you out of bed every morning? Can you honestly say that your life, how inspiring is your life? Can someone look at your life and say, wow, I'm inspired. Like, I feel empowered. Like, let's go, let's rock it. Like, do you get out of bed and say thank you when you step on the ground? Like, are you ready to rock and roll? Are you excited? Because if you're not excited every single day, like, I know we have setbacks. I know we have adversity. Some days we're just like, I don't feel like doing this, or I'm tired. Everybody goes through that. Just understand that's normal and that's okay. It's normal and that's okay. But understand that we all go through these things, and you have to have something that's pulling you. And if you're not excited, okay, guys, this is how, whenever something goes on in my life, there's like a problem and it happens, okay, right? We have all these emotions, and say I'm like happy, I'm excited, I'm thrilled, whatever. And then all of a sudden something happens. Okay, I'm like really sad and depressed for like 5 minutes. And then I get excited. Every time a problem happens, you have to learn to get excited again. Get excited, because if you look at this graph, right, all of our emotions are right here: happy, sad, upset, excited, whatever. Okay, we're happy, things are good in our life. We just hit rank. We just made profits. Oh no, somebody left our team. Oh no, I derank. Things may happen. I'm just giving you guys examples, right? We go through these things, and this is like, here you are, and here's success. The quickest path to success is a straight line. But since we go through these problems in our life, we have all these different emotions. The quickest way to success is just get back excited. I'm happy, up, I'm excited. Problem happened, up, I'm excited. So you keep going back to this. You create that habit within yourself. I always tell people this: the biggest gift, the biggest blessing we've ever been given was the ability to create habits. Repetition, good or bad, you're creating habits every single day with what you're doing, every choice that you make. So make sure that they're the good ones. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people. Okay, law of association is real. Why the heck do you think I keep pushing Vegas? Vegas is so important. Why? What other 6, 7, 8-figure earners are going to be around that weekend? Who else are you going to be hanging around? Who you hang around is literally going to dictate who you become. They're going to create your choices, everything around you, everything about you. Okay? That's why I'm trying to create this culture. You should try to be creating this culture within your area, your local area, because this is how it's going to stimulate massive movements, massive momentum for yourself. Okay? Vegas is extremely important. I'll touch on that at the end, but just understand, I'm not just talking about this. Like, it's a real thing. It's going to change your life. It's going to transform your belief system, shock your belief system. It's going to be absolutely electric. So why do you do what you do? What motivates you? If you're not getting up excited every single morning, I don't care what's going on, you have to be excited about your life, because you have to know, next part, where are you going? Where are you going in your life? You have a vision. That's the biggest thing. I always say this, guys, all the Saturday team calls are important. I say the same things all the time, but it's repetition. You guys hear it, and one day it's just going to click for you, and you'll be like, damn, I wish I would have applied something like a month ago when she said this. Whatever. I've had that when I've heard other people talk. It's just multiple exposures. Why do you think people wait 7, 10 times for you to talk to them before they finally sign up? Exposures, repetition, planting seeds. That thing is growing, okay? You have to understand where you're going, your clarity, your vision, that long-term framework. Because when you talk to people, most people don't have goals and they don't know where they're going. So when you can kind of inspire and enlighten them and empower them in some way, shape, or form with your vision, they can relate to that to a certain degree. The biggest thing that you guys can do is, somebody's here and you can take them and you say, look, this is your current situation right now, but I can take you out of it and I can put you here. I can show you what's possible. I can show you where to go, and I can come, you can come with me. We can make money together, make money with people. That's the beauty of this whole thing. What did you just say earlier? You wanted to bring people with you, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, he said something amazing earlier. He's just like, I want to bring people with me. That's why he wants to do this. I was just like, I never really heard it like that. And maybe I have, and maybe I just need to hear it for the 10th time. But it's good stuff. Like, you want to bring people with you. So sharing that vision, without a vision, the people perish, right? Have that vision. The greatest leaders on the planet execute on their vision. Everybody needs to have a vision. So those 5 questions you need to write down, and you need to get real about yourself with what those answers are for you. For you, those are yours, okay? But if you don't know those, you're not going to be able to really move forward. This is preparation. It starts with you. You can't develop other people if you don't develop yourself, okay? It starts with you. And if you want to build a team, it's all about developing and pouring into yourself and then giving that value back to your people. Back to your people, okay? What was the last question? Where am I going? Where are you going? All right, cool. Those are the 5 things. So, and I'm just going to say this really quickly too. Just like a list of things that I wrote down that you guys should be aware of. It's all about being aware, okay? Being mindful. Know your goals and set deadlines. So important. Chris Derrick talks about this. Know your goals and set deadlines for them. There's no such thing as accountability until there's self-accountability. I can preach at you all every single Saturday, every time in the chats throughout every single week, but until you guys actually take this information and apply it, it's never going to change your situation. Information changes your situation when you apply it. Knowledge is not power until you apply it, okay? It's action. It's execution. Take action on what you want. Determine what you need to do in order to achieve your goals. So write down your goals. What do you need to do? That's about prioritizing. It's about getting prepared. You have to have priorities. What I like to say is every single morning, I literally bang out all my priorities within my first 4 or 5 hours of the day. Because I understand that life is chaotic. Like literally the most predictable thing about life is that it's unpredictable. It's uncertain. Get used to it. It's okay. It's normal. Just understand that the middle of the day is the most chaotic. Like anything can really happen. But you guys have the most control at the beginning and the end of your day. So I try to get everything I need to do as far as priorities done at the beginning and whatever else I need to do at the end. But everything I usually do is right from the get-go. You know, I have my I do like kind of like a gratitude thing in the morning. I say my affirmations. I have all these things on my wall, and I'm just like preaching and getting myself in a good vibration. I stretch. I do personal development in the morning, whether I'm listening to audios or I'm reading, pages in a book, and then I'll go and work out. Boom, boom, boom. Knocking things off, and then by that time it's New York session. Ready to rock and roll, right? Get myself in a good vibe. I'm ready to potentially start trading. Basically at night, I'll set up my charts for the next day. Because you literally cannot wake up and roll out of bed and think you're going to be ready to trade. That's not, you have to take this seriously. This is an art, okay? You literally cannot just roll out of bed and think that you're going to start trading. You have to take this seriously. Think about the greats of the greats. How do you think their routine is? Have a plan, have a routine. What's your daily schedule look like, okay? Break down your long-term vision into smaller visions. So I have a vision for the entire year. I have a 5-year vision, 10-year vision, whatever. Okay, that can seem overwhelming at times. It can seem overwhelming for the newest person who's never really tapped into that kind of, framework. So break it down into smaller visions. 90-day increments. Break it up into, monthly increments, weekly increments. That breaking it down to your priorities. What do you need to be doing every single day, every single week, every single month that's going to bring you to achieving your goals, to really manifesting that vision that you have for your life. Determining your weekly, daily priorities. And like I said, do your top priorities first thing in the morning. Because I like to say I do all my priorities right from the get-go. Everything else I do throughout the day is just icing on the cake. That's putting me 10 steps ahead from everybody else. Because I do more than most people do in an entire month. Right from the get-go in the morning. Most people don't even do any kind of gratitude. Most people don't even do any kind of affirmations. Most people wait till later to go work out, whatever. Most people don't even pick up a book, okay? Do what others don't so you can live like others won't. Is that the quote? Something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, cool. Posture. Okay. Can everybody type a 1 or something in the chat? Who the heck in here does personal development? Who's serious about personal development? Let's hear it. Let's see it. I like it. I yike it. That's good. 1-1. That's not a game. All right, let's do it. Yeah, guys, personal development is literally personal development is if y'all aren't doing personal development, how are you developing? Okay? You have got to do some kind of personal development. This is literally the most active this chat has ever been. This is great. 42 comments. This is great. Okay, so perfect. Personal development. When I break it down to personal development, because in the beginning, when I first started doing this, I was just consuming knowledge and I wasn't applying it. And then I got into IML and started doing this. And then I was like, okay, what do I want to master? That's why I do personal development. Yes, to develop myself, develop my mind, but in what way? What do I want to develop myself better on, right? What do I want to master? So I wrote down a few things that I want to master. So I'm going to look up videos or read books or focus on whatever to master that information. Because when you master information, that's where you get posture. That's where you get conviction. That's where you have your, that self-esteem, that confidence boost. Okay, that's why Jason Brown and Austin Gotti can get out there and speak on stage, no problem. Posture, master the information, master trading, have a trading plan. Because when you know what you're doing, okay? Nobody can touch you. When you know those 5 things, that's what I meant to say. When you know who you are, what you want, what you deserve, why you do what you do, and where you're going, nothing else matters. Nobody can faze you. Nobody can touch you. Who said this? It's like when I step into the charts, I feel like the Romans. Nobody can touch me. Like, I don't care what anybody else has to say about whatever I'm looking at. I know what I'm doing, and I'm going all in. Because when you know yourself, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Okay? So posture, master the information. Massive, massive, massive belief. Think bigger, believe bigger, much faster. Law of association. How do you increase your belief? Put your face in books. Listen to audios on a daily basis. Habits. What did I say yesterday? Discipline yourself long enough until it becomes habit. Discipline yourself long enough until it becomes habit. Because when it becomes habit, you just do it. Second nature. It's like brushing your teeth every morning. You don't even have to think about it. You just do it. Okay? So you will create massive belief when you put yourself in a good vibration. How do you do that? Who are you listening to? What are you reading? Put yourself around like-minded individuals who are elevating you, who are growing you, who make you feel good. That's really what it comes down to. We all want to feel appreciated. We all want to be encouraged. We all want to feel good at the end of the day. That's why we do everything we do. I always say this. You guys have heard me say this before. Why do we eat certain things? Feel good. I'm not going to eat something I don't like. Right? I'm not going to eat something I don't like unless I have to. But typically, I'm going to eat things that I like. I'm going to just say this. Why do we have sex? Because it makes us feel good. She knows what I'm going to say already. But it makes us feel good. Like, guys, it's real. We do things because of the way that it makes us feel. So make other people feel good. When you make other people feel good, you're naturally going to feel good. When you help other people win, by default, you're going to win. It's just how it works. Okay? I don't know why. It just works. It literally just works. Consistency and patience. Posture, massive belief, consistency and patience. Know your why and focus on developing the skill and getting better. Do not focus on the money right away. I'm telling you guys, this past couple weeks, I really wasn't trying to make money, and it just happened. I was applying what I was learning, and I was like, let's do it, and it just happened, okay? That's the beauty of this. When you're recruiting people, when you're bringing people on, okay, it can be tough at times because you're just trying to get your foot in the door. You're just trying to create that foundation for yourself. But I'm telling you, when you focus on developing yourself, making yourself better, okay, and then you pour into other people, you develop other people, you're gonna win. It's that simple. Okay, so let me move on. How to be organized, okay? So that was how to be prepared. That was like all preparation. Know those 5 things. It's like the most important thing. How to be organized, okay? This is really, really important. I'm actually going to send this whole thing to you guys. I'm going to read through it one more time after the call's over and then send it to you. But this part says what to do when somebody signs up. Ask yourself, do you have a system for when people sign up? Because if you don't, you're just kind of winging it, people will fall off. The first 72 hours that somebody signs up is the most absolutely critical part of their entire journey. Because if you don't help them get set up, you don't help them get a broker's account, you don't tell them where to, basics 1 through 4, go through IMO Universe, whatever it may be, you don't hop on a welcome call. I'm going to say this. If you can accept that $35 Paylution drop into your account, $35, you can take 35 minutes to do a welcome call with somebody and walk them through everything that they need to do, right? It's that simple. Take the time to build people. Take the time to guide them in the right way, because I'm telling you, if you care about people, if you actually give a shit about people, that's the game changer. That's the game changer, okay? Actually care about people at the end of the day. So welcome guide. If you guys don't have it, I'll send it right after this call in the chat so you guys can save it. Like, I understand people are going to do things differently down the way, along the way. That's fine. Because I remember when I first got started, I was really relying on other people that brought me on, and I would really use what they were doing. But as I really developed myself, you kind of create your own way, and that's awesome. That's amazing. I'm just here to help you from the beginning so you guys create that foundation and go do you. And let's make it work. So schedule a welcome call, guys, within your first 24 hours. This is so important. Well, a welcome call within your first 24 hours, preferably with somebody else on the team, like myself or the person that brought you on, just so that they know that they're in this for themselves, but never by themselves. Just about creating that culture, that relationship with them is so important. Walk through the full welcome guide, send it, yada, yada, yada. Check in within the next week. Make sure they're doing okay. So 4 things I want you guys to understand when you're going chairman, okay? Understand when you're going chairman. What to do what to master if you're going chairman. edifying people, inviting, following up, and presenting. I'm going to say that again. Edifying people, inviting, following up, and presenting. You guys have got to be able to master this. You have got to be able to do this. And this isn't just IML. This is anything in life. You have to know how to like kind of properly introduce people. Like that's a solid quality. That's a solid, skill under your belt. Okay? Inviting people, promoting. Everybody knows how to promote to a party. Can you promote for people to come learn how to gain financial freedom? Create indestructible wealth. That's freaking simple. Everybody wants to make money, save money, get out of debt. Everybody has a smartphone. This is so simple. Following up. You have to know how to follow up with people. Follow up within your first 24 hours that you send somebody exposure or invite them to an event. Okay? And then lastly, you literally have to know the presentation. It's not hard. Practice it. What I would do is I would have it playing on my laptop, and I have like a little recorder on my phone because I don't have unlimited data, or I didn't have unlimited data, so I couldn't use up all my data. So I'll record the presentation that they would do online, record it on my phone, and then when I would drive to and from work, I would just play it, right? And if I wasn't playing it, I was practicing my story, right? I was practicing my story. So that's super, super important, okay? And in here, what I'm going to send you guys, I have a video that actually John Guaman, Chairman 10, he's 21 years old, pushing Chairman 25 right now, guys. He did a home event video. You guys should all take the time to watch. It actually went by really quickly because there was just so much solid information. And I have 3 different opportunity live calls that I would send to people, video calls that I would send to people, recordings. If they can't get on a live, they can't get to an event, what to send to people that I will listen to over and over again to get better at this, okay? Because once you know it, again, discipline yourself long enough until it becomes habit. And I'll let you guys read whatever else is in here. And then also the last thing is with that is closing. That was like my hardest thing was learning how to close. I was like, it's just posture. Can you share the vision? Can you relate to people? Can you ask the right questions? Do you know how the setting is, right? Can you set the tone? It's literally posture, and you gain posture by mastering the information at the end of the day. And so the last part of this is how to create duplication. If you can understand those first 5 things that I went over, those first 5 questions, understanding those to a T, knowing yourself, stop giving excuses. Nobody wants to hear it. They're not getting you anywhere at the end of the day anyways. Staying organized on top of your stuff, knowing those 4 things, inviting, edifying, following up, and knowing how to present. That's like super key, staying organized on top of your stuff. And so when it comes to duplication, write this down, guys. Always be 1, connecting, ABC. Always be connecting. Always be connecting. Austin Gazzi says if he's within 3 feet of somebody, he's talking to them and he's getting their Instagram. For me, I'd probably get their Snapchat, but whatever works for you, okay? Always be in launch mode. What does that even mean? As soon as somebody gets started, I ask them 3 things. Do you want to be a customer and just trade? Do you want to be a customer and get your services for free? Do you want to be trading? You want to be trading and actually build this thing. You want to get a residual income. You want to share this with people. You want to make money with people. You want to bring people with you, right? You figure out who they are so you can cater to their goals and know how to help them moving forward. Launch mode is if somebody wants to build this thing, first, Austin says first 48 hours, do your first home event. How many of you guys would actually be able to do that? Nobody. Guys, I'm telling you, tomorrow we're going to be seeing Jason Brown, Ivan Tapia, Austin Gazzi, all these top players in the industry. Home events. You want to go chairman? You need to do home events. Luckily in Arizona, we've already kind of got this system going, creating this culture right here in London. Just started to create something out in Switzerland. Guys, it's simple. Expose people. Show people the plan. Show people where they can go. It's a vision that you're sharing with people. Okay, it's your story. Where were you before you got started with IML? Where are you now? And where are you going? It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't need to make money with this to know where I can go with this, right? I just knew the power. I knew the potential of this. It's very simple. So always be in launch mode. Phase 1, what does that mean? I'm always bringing in new blood. Sounds crazy when I say it like that, but it's new people. The funny thing is when I started to bring in new leaders and I put them under old leaders, I started to see who was actually the real leader. because the old leaders, they're either going to appreciate what you're doing or they're going to sit back and just kind of watch everything happen, or they're going to step back and be like, yo, this isn't actually for me. So you're going to really start to see who the real leaders are. Always be bringing in new blood anyways, because your business has to be growing. If you're not bringing in new people every single week, like, yo, reevaluate what you're doing. Okay, so take a step back, plan, do, review. And always using third-party credibility. Always be doing three-way calls. I'm telling you guys, I post in the chat sometimes. If you need to do a three-way call with me, message me ASAP. Like, my schedule is literally filled. It's slammed with calls every single day. If you want to do a three-way call, let's go. That's the fastest way. Like, home events, three-way calls, always be launching. You need to be doing that, okay? That's a priority. There's less than a minute left. All this information, I basically covered everything I'm going to send you guys after this call. I hope this call was filled with value. You guys got something out of it. You're taking notes and applying it, guys. Information changes your situation when you apply it, okay? That's all for me. I appreciate you guys. Peace out from London, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.